Hey everyone, my name is Titanic and welcome back to another episode of Titancraft Season 10, episode number 125 already. How have we got here so quick? Honestly, I'm mind boggled. I was looking yesterday and I'm like, really? 125? I feel a little underwhelmed. I was gonna actually, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little spoiler, I was actually gonna work on Farmtown today. But I'm so behind with IRL stuff that I'm like, you know what? Or actually, I'm a little bit less behind today. I'll talk about that later, but I really don't have time right now to go and work on what I want to do in Farmtown, so I'm just going to continue working on the King of the Ladder. But it is hard to believe. To put into perspective, right now Season 10 is already the second longest season by episodes, but we are now exactly halfway to where Season 5 got to 250, so I mean, we're halfway to the record. So we're well on our way, I guess, in that way. But today we're just going to be working on making the Pit of Doom deeper. Also, I think I did this after the episode, I'm pretty sure, but King of the Ladder coming soon. So that way people, if they run into this pit and they're like, what the heck is this? They will know it's for King of the Ladder. Now, I won't lie, I really wish there was a more efficient way of digging this, besides getting a beacon. Which, now if I was smart, and I could get a beacon right now pretty easily if I wanted to. But, you see, I'm lazy. Even though I could probably... I mean, I could steal my beacon and be really fast, or I could even go get another beacon, and honestly, probably would not take me more than an hour to get the Wither Skulls and then fight the Wither again. So I mean, I don't know. I'll probably do a Wither fight pretty soon. I don't know. Would that be a good way to celebrate like episode 130? 130 is a pretty boring milestone. I also realized episode 136 is coming up, which means I need to do another ABBA. I need to call Logan and tell Logan that we have to have another fight. You need to fight him somewhere. 1v1 me. Or I can switch it up and pick up a new opponent. But Logan and I have ABBA's the thing for me and Logan to do. So I mean, I think we'll keep it that way. I want to pick out a location to do ABBA, get the ABBA book back out, and see if I can do better than I did last time. As for other upcoming plans, I'm trying to think. I mean, it is hard to believe we're getting down there in terms of days until 1.4 comes out for Terraria, which obviously, I'm not gonna lie, we'll change the pace on this channel quite a bit. I mean, obviously I'm gonna try keeping Titancraft daily, but at the same time, I want to put out daily Terraria videos, so my time on Titancraft is gonna deeply diminish. Right now, I still have quite a bit of time behind the scenes that I work on the server. I mean, I'm still getting a substantial amount of playtime, but that could come to a near standstill once 1.4 is out, which is kind of a shame. I mean, right now I have by far the highest playtime on Titancraft Season 10. I own that leaderboard. I think we're like 18 weeks into the season or something. I'm pretty sure there's only been like 4 weeks that I haven't had the most playtime. So, no, I think 5. Something like that. I think, let's see. I think there's a week that Clash was the first person to have 2 different weeks that he beat me on. Because let's see, so Clash had 2 weeks, Zombie beat me a week really early on, so that's 3. Flaunty beat me 1 week, and Dom beat me 1 week. So yeah, that should be 5 different times somebody else has gotten the most playtime for a single week, but it's so sporadic. I mean, someone like Dom can go and play 100 hours in 2 weeks, and then literally the following week will play 2 hours. I mean, I think 2 weeks ago Dom played less than an hour, so that's the problem. You really don't get far in the game of playtime if you're not consistent. Consistency is everything. If you play consistently 5 hours a week, you're going to get somewhere on the leaderboard because you're consistent. Whereas if you rush and play 50 hours and then just die, you know, you're not going to, you might get up there, but you're just going to get passed by everybody. I mean, that's kind of what Zombie did. I feel kind of bad. I don't like to talk about people off. I don't like to name names specifically with inactive people off camera, but it is kind of worth noting because obviously he's such a big character in the Titancraft world. Zombie went inactive in mid-February after the dragon fight. I mean, that was like the last big thing him and Alcibiades partooken. I can't speak. The Zombie and Alcibiades both were there for the dragon, and both of them like sound like they had big plans to go back together after that and do stuff in the outer end, and then neither of them ever did anything, which kind of disappointed me. And by kind of I mean really disappointed me. I'm like, really, guys? You couldn't do at least something? I don't know. That one disappointed me. I don't know. I hate to be overly strict on people, but that one. It has been a tough year for activity. I mean, you would think with people being stuck at home that more people would be on playing, but that's not the case. It's just like any other May. Playtime is diving. And I'm just trying to keep myself from being completely burned out on Minecraft. But anyways, I guess IRL story time today was supposed to be a super productive day, and it ended up being productive compared to days around it, but still wasn't exactly what I wanted because I was gonna get up at like 9, and then I completely slept through my alarm, and I woke up and it was 12:30, and then my dad didn't feel good. But finally at 5 o'clock, I managed to go start working IRL on digging up our field, and I feel so much better. I got to work from 5 till 10. I was driving in the dark a little bit with the tractor. The headlights aren't great on it, but they were good enough to do what I wanted. And so that was basically my afternoon, was running a chisel plow through a bean field. Getting ready to plant corn next week, hopefully. If it's not so cold. Minnesota's like super cold at the moment, or we're about to be. Of course, if you live anywhere on the eastern half of the U.S., you're about to feel cold weather. I saw a weather model that showed that Virginia and West Virginia could get a foot of snow. Like, a foot of snow in May is what? Even in Minnesota, that'd be insane. In Virginia? Like, dude, that's pretty close to Washington, D.C., actually, now that I think about it. Now that I think about what the map was, that'd be funny. D.C. gets snow in May. Ugh. Oh, welcome to 2020, where everything is just weird. Like, of all the years, I don't know. Like, I said for so long I was so excited for 2020, and I was so talking about how this is going to be the best year ever. I was going to do everything to make it the best year I possibly could, because it's the last year that it's my last full year not being an adult, and so I really wanted to make the most of it and do a ton of stuff. And it just seems like it's just road bump after road bump this year. Now, I mean, I think we're going to get through it okay. I'm not as concerned about the actual virus as some people. I'm more concerned about the ramifications of post-virus and when this thing is going to wear off. Like, at this point in time, the virus itself does not scare me anymore. I was pretty worried about it for a while back in March, and when I read about it way back in January from the start when it was just emerging in China, that's when it concerned me. Now, meh. I mean, I have much bigger things in my life to worry about than a virus that really, unless you have a pre-existing condition, really is not lethal. Of course, that means I have asthma, so actually it would be pretty bad if I got it. But, you know, there's a chance I actually already had it. So I don't know. I want to go get, if I can find out how you get the antibody testing, I really want to do that, because I'm curious if I've actually had it. Because my dad swears he had it back in January, long before there was even a confirmed case in the U.S. And even though I never showed major symptoms of it, I didn't feel super great the week after he did. And I spent enough time around him that if he would have had it, I most likely would have contracted it too. Which also means I would have been going to school with COVID, which just goes to the point where if that was really the case, if this virus has been spreading for this long and it wasn't that big of a deal, I don't know why we are still keeping the entire world locked down. Like, it was so weird. The other day I went to town to go help. I went with my dad to pick up corn seed, and like, even though Minnesota still has a stay-at-home order in place, it was just packed. The local fleet store, the parking lot was just full of people everywhere. And only a few people were actually wearing masks. Like, people are just not worried about this thing, which it also makes you realize that what's the point of a stay-at-home order if no one's going to listen to it? I don't know. All it's doing at this point is just telling businesses to stay closed, but people want to go out and do stuff, so I mean, I don't know. As the weather gets nicer, I think it's pretty difficult to keep people cooped up inside. It's one thing when it was still, like, back in March, it was still cold and snowy up here, and you could kind of get away pretty easily with saying, hey, can you stay in your house? But now that it's getting nicer, it's not so easy to do that again, though. Record cold, that's not fun. Or not record, but unseasonably cold. By quite a bit. I don't think it's quite a record. Although, we did go from what I think was a record wet year last year to a drought already this year. I mean, yesterday was like I'm not exaggerating when I say this, there was a literal dust bowl across the highway. My dad and I were driving up to town, and we were getting up to a field, and you couldn't see the road. At first we thought there was a fire or something, because it looked like the road was covered in smoke or something. No, it was dust, and the wind was blowing dust off the field. It was legitimately terrifying, if I'm honest. Like, when you look at those clips of, if you see footage from the 1930s and what the Dust Bowl looked like, it wasn't that far from that. So, I mean, in that case, it was something. I mean, certainly not something you would expect to see every day. I don't know, you see that kind of stuff and you're like, eh. or even I know when I was running the chisel plow tonight. I haven't seen parts of our field this dry in the spring, I think, ever. And I mean, I've only been doing a lot of the field work for the last 2 years or so, but I kind of always driven around in the spring, and I don't remember being able to get so many places, even with like a little ATV or something, and I can drive right through there with a tractor right now and not even sink. It's like, what? What is going on? Also, is there really that much? Is it TPS lag? Maybe. I don't think I'm having ping lag. That's why I keep hitting tab if you're wondering, because the game just doesn't seem to be acting right. It must be TPS lag, although the TPS is pretty high for it to be this bad. I mean, do it again. I guess it is going down, but I don't know what Hintron's doing. I'm hoping next month I'm gonna make some changes to the server and try to get us a whole bunch more server power and make some major changes to some things. Namely, probably switch from using some of our data packs. We're probably gonna we're gonna give them the can. Some of them not replace them. Others we're gonna replace with plugins and see if. I guess when I was emailing the dude from Cube Toast, he said the data packs take a lot of processing power, and so a lot of our issue on the server with the CPU is the fact that we have all these data packs in. So obviously, like, while I don't want to get rid of stuff like the advancements and the scoreboard tracker, and I guess the mob has even for that matter, I would like to keep in place, but I guess the big one I want to get rid of, like multiplayer sleep, I guess is an easy one to replace, and I'll kind of look at if there's any other plugins that can kind of outdo any of the others, but certainly there needs to be some changes made. Oh, our first iron. That's fun. Oh, I think because we just got low enough to find iron, didn't we? Yeah, I suppose we're going to find a lot of stuff in here. This is bigger than a chunk what we're digging out here, so this is no minor project. It probably would be a lot better if I got us a beacon. I got me a beacon, not the us thing. Maybe tomorrow when I record the next episode, we will go into the Nethermill farm and get another. We'll get ourselves a spare beacon because I don't want to rip my beacon. I don't want to uproot the beacon from the fountain. Of course, I need to get a bunch of beacons. I need to get one for spawn. Although I think Clash might provide that one once he gets all of his beacons and stuff collected. And I would like to get a few more from my house to spread them all because right now we only have speed on one part of the base. I'd like to get speed across basically the entirety of the base. That'd be very, very nice, if you ask me at least. Boop, 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 ba-doo. Alright. We're gonna, actually, for the rest of the episode here, we're gonna keep ourselves busy with, we're gonna dig down 3 blocks and we'll bring it all down to Y60. That'll be the progress for today's episode, I think. So what's the recording time at? I should check. 13 minutes. We'll see how far I guess this gets us. Oops. Ah. Oh, my throat is dry. I really did not eat or drink anything until about 10 o'clock tonight. I mean, I don't think I drank anything all day till 10. No, I just snacked all day, I guess, and finally had a real meal at 10. But, I mean, it's terrible for my health, but that's just... That's me. I'm so bad about eating. I will say the things are as stressed out as I have been, I feel like things are really starting to look up right now. And today, just I've said it for I noticed it last year, and I still think it's so true. Work makes me so much happier. I'm so much happier when I'm working and being productive. Now, some days stuff with work can go wrong, and then that puts me in a really, really bad mood. Mainly because I just lose my temper, like I did with the pigs the one day when everything was going wrong, and I'm like, that day wasn't so good. But no, that was other reasons for that too, like the fact that I was promised that when I was getting out of bed early to help out, that I could go back to bed, and so I had gone to bed late, assuming that I could, with that knowledge, and then I wasn't allowed to go back to sleep. So I ended up once I got my main stuff for the day done that day at by 3 p.m. literally went back to bed at 3 and slept till like 8. I've napped so much the last month. Like, I never usually nap, but this last month has just broke me. This virus has just whacked my sleep schedule beyond repair, and I'm dreading the end of summer when I had to get ready to go back to school in the fall. When I actually just try to fix this train wreck of a sleep schedule I have right now. Oh boy, that will be a nightmare and a half. Alright, let's get this thing cleared up. I know, part of me was kind of tempted to dig somewhere all the way down to the bottom. I know, I think I want to keep it in pretty equal layers as we go down. The death pit, as you could call it. Like a literal death pit. When it's done, the idea is you're going to die when you fall to the bottom. One thing I'm unsure about still is what to do with the walls on this thing. One idea I had is just to go through and replace all the walls with smooth stone where it's not, and except for, you know, the very top. But I need something a little different up there. But then it just is, I want to have one, I just want to have one similar effect, but all these like little odd spot patches are just a little too much for me. I'm like, I just find it annoying, and I don't really want them. So, you know, actually, I like that idea. Now that I think about that one, that's what I'll do. I'll make it all just smooth stone. As you fall to your death, you just see smooth stone everywhere. Boop, 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 boop. My stone mine statistic is going to skyrocket from this. Like, it's going to be insane. Oh, man. I will say, one thing that has been a little bit sad recently is I do think I've had a lack of collaborative content, and I don't like that. I mean, it's starting to really remind me of Season 5, where I had all those episodes by myself. I mean, like right now, Hintron's on. Hintron just kind of is doing his own thing a lot. He hardly ever is able to call. Plus, his audio quality being on the other side of the earth, not always the greatest. So, I mean, I'm not too mad about him not calling. But I know part of it is my odd recording times, and the other part is a lot of people are either just inactive in general, or they're taking breaks from Minecraft. And when it comes to trying to play games, makes it a little bit more difficult to coordinate anything when everybody else is doing their own thing. But I don't know, I'm hoping to find stuff to keep people entertained on the server soon enough. Although, well, I kind of talked about it the last few weeks, and I keep yelling at people. I'm like, hey, people, play before 1.4 comes out, because once Terraria 1.4 is out, I know no one's going to want to play Minecraft, and no Terraria player. Although if 1.16 decides to drop around that time, that's going to be really annoying. Although I'm not too worried about 1.16, because even if it comes out, we're going to have to probably wait like 10 days for paper to update, and so, because I don't want to lose any of, the few plugins we do have, like Core Protect, don't want to lose them. So we will be patiently waiting for a new paper version to come out before we update. Which does give us a little bit of a buffer once 1.16 gets out to make sure that we know everything in the update, plan what we're going to do. We'll probably have like a meeting to discuss what we do with the world border and crap. Because we'll probably make a whole bunch of changes to the server for 1.16. I mean, it's a big update. It's a good time to make some changes to some stuff. So I guess you can get ready for that. But it's going to really eat up at my pickaxe's durability quickly, isn't it? I wish it was dirt all the way down, because we'd be able to dig that up pretty dang quickly. But this is gonna take time. But on the bright side, as I kind of mentioned last episode, I've been complaining about not having enough stone, and that my stone supply has been getting low. And so, in terms of my stone supply, this is like the greatest thing that could have happened to me. Oh, my smooth stone supply will be replenished, and so if I want stone to build with, I'm not going to have to complain again very soon. Because I've gone through almost a double chest of smooth stone building the road, and the roads aren't even done yet. Like, it's an actual nightmare, that road system, I tell you. Like, In many ways, I love building them, but in other ways, it is the most boring, expensive process. And of course, my genius brain decides, hey, let's use andesite on a road that's going to literally stretch on for thousands of blocks in total. Like, if you don't know, andesite ain't exactly the cheapest block on the market, is it now? It's a pricey one. It has a cost to it, not one that's super affordable either. Just dump some stuff in there so we can make a little more inventory space. What's the recording time at? Oh god, we're already at 20 minutes. Crap. I guess, yeah, this is gonna take up the rest of the episode. I didn't think it would take this long to just dig out a few blocks, but I guess that's what's gonna happen. We're gonna need to get a haste beacon, aren't we? I was hoping to do it without haste, but yeah. We're not gonna escape this one. We're gonna have to go get the nether. We're gonna have to go get the wither skulls in the next episode. So get ready for a little break, a change in pace. I guess you could say some action actually, because we haven't done a whole lot recently in terms of like combat and working with actual mobs. It's mainly just been really casual building, so it could be a nice change in pace. I haven't done any grinding in the nether for a while either. I do think Clash has a nice nether platform built for farming wither skulls already, so I know I helped him a lot last season building one. We built one together, and we spent a ton of time farming that. I don't think I have any episodes of that though, sadly, but even though those are some good memories. I think my favorite memory from season 9 is grinding wither skulls of all things. And just something about how we had that platform set up, it was so much fun just to wander around for hours and just chat. I don't know, it was a great system we had. Boom, boom, boom. Alright. And the main reason I'm leaving this pillar in the center, by the way, for now, is just more as a marker. Eventually, I will obviously I'll pick out what block I want to make it out of eventually and go with that. But for now, it remains this. You know, it'd be super funny, just occurred to me. It had to take forever to grind it. But what if we got gold from the donut? It made a gold pillar from basically bedrock to the build limit. 4 stacks of gold blocks. Oh boy, that'd be expensive, but that would be so funny. Oh my god, I love that idea. I am going to beg someone to grind at the donut and get us 4 stacks of gold blocks now. This is a beautiful idea. Somebody, like, write this down in the books, because I want to see this. Just that much gold. Oh. Yes. Yes, please. I want this idea to happen now. Alright, we're going through, and we're going to just replace a bunch of the walls here with smooth stone, so it looks a little nicer. And because it obviously just occurred to me, if I'm going to do this, I better do it on my way down, because it's going to be way too annoying if I wait till the very end to go back and replace everything. Oh, God. I can only imagine. Not really sure what we will do about the dirt layer yet, but we'll figure that out later. Did I really just do that? Yeah, I did. Oops. Ladders, screw off. Unlucky for you, ladders. I can do this. You just go schmuck, 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 schmuck. Get schmucked. Ah, he can't blaze. Schmucks. Schmuck. Look at all these schmucks. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. I'm just speaking gibberish. Gibberish. Yeah. I don't even know. I'm way too tired. I'm like hysterical. And I've only been up for 13 hours. Dude, I've only been up for 13 hours. I got a full night's sleep last night. Why am I like this? I'm not really sure. I guess maybe all the fresh air today did it. Who knows? or it's just the isolation getting to me. Because, you know, as somebody with social anxiety, at the beginning of this, I'm like, oh, this isn't going to be bad for me. This is like my paradise. I hate people. But, oh my god, the isolation is... We're however many weeks into this now, and it's starting to really hit. It's like, man, I really could actually socialize. I don't know, it's tough. I'm still trying to... I want to make arrangements to see people in the summer months at least, so I can chat with people. Maybe maybe I should make a time to go home to my other house, because Dom lives only a couple of miles from my other home, and record an episode of Tangle with Dom for the first time. It's like season 3. That'd be funny. Like record with Dom in my background. That's what we did. There's a season 3 episode where that happened. That was quite funny. Back then that was like the coolest thing to us, even though it's so simplistic. Alright. Well, here we go. Let's get a little progress update as of where we are now. Okay, we've done good today, I would say. Actually, the pit's deeper than it was, and, you know, we're starting to smooth stone ring. So the long journey to the bottom is on. We'll try to switch up next episode. We'll try to get some stuff to get a beacon and make our life like 10 times easier while we work on the rest of this project over the course of the next few weeks. Hopefully it doesn't take too many weeks to do, but they're gonna have a lot of blocks by the time we're done here, aren't we? It's gonna be something. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed. We'll be back again tomorrow. Oh, splash. We'll be back again tomorrow for episode 126, day 126 of the series, at least. God, I don't even know how many. What day is it? And I guess I sometimes forget. I keep saying day, but it's a little misleading because of the fact that the season started like 4 days before we actually released content to YouTube. We were started on December 28th, where content started on the first of the year. So, I mean, technically we did have a bit of 2019 on Titancraft Season 10, but we wanted to wait for the new decade to release it. Anyways, I don't know, have a great day. This has been Titanic, and I will see you guys in the next episode of Titancraft Season 10. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Bye-bye.